Hey guys, welcome to episode number 76 of OG Toys. I'm OG. Today I'm going to continue my brief tutorials and showing off some of my custom LEGO Hero Factory figures, and we're looking at the Savage Planet figures. Now, Savage Planet figures had a more of an animalistic vibe to them. You had lions, you had bears, you had eagles, saber-toothed tigers, rhinos, and you had really cool witch doctor figure. You can see the box in the background. They did an awesome job in this theme. I thought it was really cool the way it integrated, just kind of these robotic, almost like Transformer characters into animalistic form. Kind of like a Beast Wars thing, if you will. And some of the figures I've customized here just give you an extra little push. You know, you see the cool figure in the packaging, and it's like, yeah, it's pretty cool. You get home, you build it, and it's like, yeah, you know what? It would be better if I did this or added this. And that's the cool thing about Lego, that you can just use your imagination and build whatever you want and just make it your own. You don't have to follow any kind of instructions. You just do what you want, and you can make anything you want to. So that's really cool. I like having that freedom. So, without any further ado, let's take a look at Nex from Savage Planet. Now, this figure had a lot done to him. I threw in quite a few pieces, and actually it's probably my fourth version I've kind of scrapped, rebuilt, and rebuilt. And this by far is my favorite. As you can see, he's got a lot going on. A lot of armor plating. He's got the extended legs. I like these figures to be a bit taller. It's one of the things I don't like about some of the Hero Factory stuff. I guess to keep the price point down and your cost in that, they are a shorter figure. I like these guys to be about 8.5 inches tall. And man, you can do it very easily. That's one of the coolest things. You can customize them into any height you want, really. But I like to keep them just about this height. I do have some variance heights. I mean, if you take a look at this guy here, is a Stinger who just did a review on. You know, there's a height difference, and I don't mind that because I don't want every single figure to be the exact same height. I want them to be unique characters. Not everybody's built the same way. Not everybody has the exact same height structure. So this guy here, one of the things you'll notice right off the hop, I swapped out the orange hands and gave him these clawed hands. Now, what figure had this is Waspex, I believe his name is. He's one of the bad guys. And I got them super cheap. I got about 3 of them. They were about $7 each. They were on clearance a while ago. And yeah, I've just been using him to build up the figures, using tons of parts that he comes with to build up your skeletal frames, because he has 4 appendages and then extremely long legs, so everything's right in that pack. If you can find them cheap, buy them, buy multiples of them, and you can do a lot of cool things. Now, I do like giving these guys the extra Hero Core emblems here. It just gives them like a little bit more look, some definition. And of course, I use my pieces from, the Series 2, Series 3, pretty much everything that I have. I do tend to buy doubles of the figures, because eventually they go on sale. These canister sets go for like maybe $5, $6. So when they do go on sale, I usually buy multiples, and I like to keep a couple of my guys, especially the ones I really like, in the original form, and then use everything else for customization. And you can see here he's got this nice shoulder pad. You got a couple spikes on top here, and I like the orange, white, and a bit of the gunmetal gray theme to go along with it. He's got a very built-up shoulder. This guy is definitely ready for battle. He's got the blades that come out of this weapon here, which is part of the original figure as well. I did like that, but I just wanted to take it up a bit, and it almost has a very cybernetic arm here. All this extra armor. They get a great detail in this piece, actually, and it just builds him up more. He looks very fierce. And the head, of course, one of the things that unfortunately didn't work out on the originals was the head articulation, because it was such a deep and high area up here on the chest piece. You were kind of limited with the articulation on the head, and with this extra little joint that you add onto it, as you can see, it's just this simple joint here added on. You can get a heck of a lot more range of motion, and you can do pretty much anything. I'll just show you here. Now, when the helmet's off, it's still okay, actually. I'm not too disappointed. I like how we have clearance and we got some height, and you can put them in all sorts of crazy poses. I mean, these guys are super articulated figures, and they just look awesome. Now, what I did for the back is I took one of these wider base bodies here. Torsos has that ball joint there on either side, so I just clipped on this extra little shielded piece, which you can use as, you know, a blaster or whatever you want. I mean, I just like it because it just gives them a bit more definition in the back and it just fills it up a little nicer. So you can pose it any way you want. Now again, what I did with this guy, and I showed you on my previous video, is just really built up the body. Now if you're not sure how to do it, just explore, guys. Just, you know, use your imagination, use the extra clips, but I'll show you how I did mine. I'll just take off his armor pieces here, and I'll show you what I did to get him a little bigger, because he is definitely about 8 inches tall. These guys measure maybe 6 to 5.5 inches tall, and I definitely like having that larger figure just because he looks cooler. So that's all I really did for this guy. We got your straight, you got your combiner piece here that has this little bracket around the ball joint. It seems to me, from my past experience, those guys pined with the gray pieces just hold their position a lot better. Now here, because I wanted to give them a bit more extension in the leg, I added this piece here, which essentially is not this, which essentially this piece up here is just doubled, and most of the time it's like this, but I want to have articulation in the leg a bit better. And you can even have it this way if you want. You're still going to get a semi-decent range of motion, but I prefer to have it like that just to get the full motion, and you can better clip on some extra leg armor too. So that's all you have to do, guys. I'll take his chest piece off. Again, the double ball jointed torso, the wider torso, gives him a more broader look, and it just looks cooler. Now for the arms, I'll snap off some of his armor here. All I did, and essentially it's the same build, I just swapped out this arm piece here, this gray piece with a little bit longer extension, and that's it. Added these cool hands, and we got that really well put together body. And what's cool, it's totally proportional. You know, you don't have stubby arms with super long legs. It matches up perfectly, and I really like the way they've done this, or excuse me, I've done this body. It's Lego. You know, they had a pretty decent body for the skeletal system, but I just wanted it to be a bit wider, a bit more impressive looking, and I think it worked out really well. So let's rebuild him. Snap some of his armor pieces back on. And like I said, this is the cool thing about Lego. You know, you can customize and build and just do whatever you want and make the figures look, you know, however you like. Let's keep that off for a second. And these pieces originally came with the figure, of course. You know, I have multiples, and I just like adding them in. They give some cool definition to the character. They look a little neater, and I got some printed pieces on it too, so it looks cool. And same with the hero cores. I like adding a few of those onto the character. It just makes them look a little more interesting, I think. There you go. Simple build. I think the color combination works really well. The orange, the gray, a bit of white. And you can just put the helmet back on. And there you go. So you got your Savage Planet Next figure. And I think it looks really awesome. And of course, your articulation on these guys is ridiculous as usual. You can pose them into any kind of position you really want, and they're definitely going to hold that pose with no problem, no hesitation. So you can see here, you can do anything you really want. They're a cool line. I love Hero Factory. I love Bionicle, and I'm glad they extended them and made these cool figures. So there you go, guys. You know, a very simple custom. I love to see some other customs. You know, I checked the good old YouTube to see if there's any cool customs out there, and some of them are pretty cool. It's nice to see some imagination at work. So there you go, guys. Hope you like this review. Rate, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think. And I'll be showing you some more of my custom Hero Factory guys from Savage Planet. Plus, I have a couple of the actual original guys from the original Hero Factory line that I've modified a little bit just to show you what you can do with some very basic bodies which they first came out with. So there you go. Alright, guys. We'll see you shortly. Take care.